Drivers, start your engine!
Okay lads, here we are, Toban Raceway, Northern California, 2.5 miles of undulating greatness. Absolutely love this track. So first thing you notice as we fly out of pit lane is how fast the pit limit is. It's 61 miles an hour. So yeah, a lot quicker than a lot of other places. So as we approach turn one, go for a steady lap first. You want to come in and then let the car drift out to that dark tarmac on the outside before bringing it back in. So you have to modulate the throttle a little bit, and you need to bring it back in because you don't want to get squeezed up on this bit here. Once you're through there, it's flat through this entire section, through the left and through the right, flat, and then over the top into a heavy braking zone. So you brake after the 100, before the 50, and you trail brake, keep braking all the way into the apex because you want to keep the car really, really tight to give you plenty of room for this left-hander. Through this left, it's not flat. You need to hug the inside again to open up this. Once you get to this point, then it is flat out all the way up the hill, through the right, over this little crest, through the left. This right-hander of this crest is flat. If you get the line right, it's just going to take you a few goes to get it. And then lining this up for a perfect place for a pass into the tightest corner on the track into this right-hander. So braking into the apex, clip the curb on the inside, there's runoff on the outside if you get it wrong, and then we're off and we're down to the next section. Through here again, it's flat through this left-right kink, then you're going to have to back off and brake a little bit into this first left, letting the car then drift out wide again before coming back into the second apex, then going wide again to come back into the third, making sure you've got some room because you need to bring the car over to the left before another downhill braking zone. This one, third gear, faster than the other, and let the car run through and use the camber on the inside. Through this right, this left little kink is flat, through there, loads of curb, before braking heavy into the final chicane, down into second gear, all about getting a good exit out of here because it's going to line you up as you head up to turn one to possibly make a pass again. So that's a steady lap. Let's go for a quick one and show you how to do it. Again, approaching this corner, letting it drift out, touching the tarmac on the outside and bringing it back in. You can see modulating the throttle as you come through here. And it's just flat now, just holding it flat all the way through this section. And I'm just trying to pick a good braking point. So you want to brake, definitely brake after the 100 meters, but you can see as you jump on the brakes now, you brake, still braking, trail brake all the way into that apex, then accelerate and then lift off to try and get the nose to come in through this left, staying nice and tight. You can take some curb. Once you get to this point again, it's flat out all through this section, up the hill, and then we'll try and take this right hander at the top of the hill flat out. Just about taking the right line as you come into it, take a bit of curb on the inside, managed it flat that time. After the 100 meter board on the right, brake, make sure you brake before that curb on the left or you'll outbrake yourself and end up in that wall, and that's one of the places you're going to have you crash and take your damage. And then down through this left-right kink again, flat, straighten the car up, on the brakes, and back one gear maybe there, depending how you feel, back to third, and then you go clip back up to fourth as you come through the second one, back to third to use the engine braking. And then this one's third, so brake a little bit later, and you can use the camber on the inside to sort of hook in and go around there. Again through here, have a little lift, but take loads of curb. You can really cut through there. It does unsettle the car, but it is a fast line. Before braking heavy in a straight line into the last chicane. Once you're here, it's flat, through the last little kink, flat, and across the line for a fast lap. Anything in the 34s is quick. I'd expect some of you guys to be well into the 34s, possibly a 33 once the track's rubbered in for the end of qualifying. And then here we go for a fly-in replay lap, so you can just see how it looks from the outside. Again, the long right-hander into turn one, bringing it back in to the apex at the end of the corner before going flat through this section. You can just see how much undulation's in the track now as you come over this top section and start heading under the bridge and down into here. You see how downhill that is, so you have to brake, you have to get it right. And you see how we're hugging the inside curb all the way through there before bringing it back over to the left and staying tight through the left. You see how I've gone wide there and I've had to make too much of the right-hander. You want to be a little bit tighter than that through the left. This section all flat, again just picking a nice line through this little right-hander before heavy braking. You want to line everybody up for a pass into this tight right-hander, so getting through that section is really important. This is going to be a favourite for passing through there. Car handle's great, it's got a great front end. You can get it loose on the rear, but that's what we all like. Fast through this section, and then these are the lefts. So the first one out wide, bring it into the second one, out wide again, before bringing it into the last one. And then downhill again, steep into this swooping right-hander at the bottom. Third gear, all the way around. A little bit zoomed out there.
That's the end of the session, P2.
Do a little left kink where you take a load of curb. And approaching the last chicane. Important to get good exit out of here. See how the car rotates so well. Through the last little kink and across the line. Loads to the track, but every single part of it is amazing fun. Hopefully you'll really enjoy it. Time to get in the seats and see how quick you all are. Let's go.